So this is a very interesting question from the AP Calculus, the AP curriculum. So this question states that, so we have f prime of x and x and the corresponding value to each of them. So which of the following must be true at -2 is smaller than x, smaller than 6. So here we see the first A says the graph of f is concave up. So what this means is concave up is something like this. This is the definition of concave up. So the y is not necessarily true because looking at the table, it goes from 3 to 1 and 1 to 4 and 7 to 5. So because the derivative decreases between x equals to -2 and x equals 0, and again x equals to 5 and x equals 6, the function cannot be concave up over the entire interval. So here, let me give you the definition of concave up. So what concave up means is where f double prime of x is greater than 0, or f prime of x is increasing. So here we see two decreasing intervals, 3 to 1 and 7 to 5. So this is not always concave up. Okay. Now the second thing I want to talk about is the graph of f has at least 2 inflection points. So this one here is actually true. Why? It's because we see inflection point means that f prime of x, double prime of x equals 0, which also means that like f prime of x changes from increasing to decreasing, from increasing to decreasing, or decreasing to increasing, Okay, so this is what this means. So we can see that there is one decreasing to increasing here, the 3, 1, 4 interval, and then there's another one in the 4, 7, 5 interval, increasing to decreasing. So this is true. The second option is true, so we circle that. Third option is f is increasing. So for this one, it's really interesting. So when f is increasing, it means that f prime of x is greater than 0. So as we see, all these points are greater than 0, but there's one thing about this. We don't know the points at, for example, -1. We don't know if it's going to be -2 here. We don't first know if it's 2 here. We don't know if it's going to be -100. We never know what the points in the middle are going to be, right? So there's impossible to guarantee that every point on fx is increasing. So this is wrong. The next one says f has no critical points. So when f has, what a critical point is where f prime of x is equal to 0. So here, we cannot determine that it has no critical points at all. Although there's no critical points on the points shown here, but we cannot guarantee again that if there's no critical point at -1 or no critical point at 2, right? So this is why this is also wrong. For the last one, relative extrema, this is one I want to talk about. So a relative extrema is basically like a maximum or minimum value that occurs where fx changes from increasing to decreasing or vice versa. So this requires f prime of x to change signs. Okay? As you see here, we don't see there is 2 right here. So we cannot guarantee that there are at least 2 relative extremas because we don't see it in the points given. So this is why this is also wrong. So the final answer will be B.